mix on, and we've already started the cutting of this porcelain to create this meandering shape. If you look here, we've already bedded this Brazilian slate in. That's it. They're a 100 by 100 contrasting brick edge, and we've got these to lay around here. But if you look round, follow all the way around, you can actually see the cut. Okay, and it's a nice shape come around, almost like a curb line in a road. If you look here, we're ready to cut here in situ here. We've undercut these so it sits inside the lawn. Okay, so they drop down so we can get a more precise cut on there. And what we've actually done here now, got three of us actually bending the pipe round to get the desired shape that we're actually looking for. Okay, so we'll have to cut these now for the second time. What you find is that when you dry cut, it does tend to fragment along the edges, but we've been using ECD 115, a Ruby ECD 115, just to clean the edge up so it looks a little bit more neater. So we'll do the same along here now. Before we start laying, we'll clean this edge up. As you can see from here, to the human eye, it looks absolutely fine. So basically, electrical ducting pipe, a pencil, and a couple of good blades. Okay, here we are. I've been waiting for a ruby blade. I've got a few at home, and the one I've been waiting for is one that specifically will fit a 9-inch cutter, because we're cutting curvaceous shapes this morning. It's okay cutting porcelain on a straight cut, and you can run water on it, and these are quite thin blades, but when they stay cool they don't tend to warp, because what will happen is they seem strong like this, but porcelain is such a hard material, it really heats up, and what you'll find is the blade will start warping because you're not keeping it cool. And obviously some blades are better than others. This hasn't lasted 5 minutes. This is an herb Bauer. Have a look at that one. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's German or something. I'm not sure, Swedish or whatever. But that didn't last 5 minutes. We bought another one this morning, and straight away it was bending. So it's not Ruby's fault the blade hasn't come. The fact is that DPD hasn't delivered it. So what I've done now is I've gone to the nearest suppliers that do blades, and I've gone into Top Tiles, and they've sold me this general purpose blade. A general purpose blade, you know. It says ceramic, porcelain, slate, marble, travertine, quarry, terracotta, limestone. Bit of an all-rounder, isn't it? You know. So but personally, I really believe that you really need the right blade for the right product. Yeah, and these will cut it, but how efficient it will be, I don't know. So we're going to get on with that now, and just need to keep it cool. We've got my glasses, I'm ready to go, and I've got my mask. And what we're going to do, I'm going to mark up, cut over the top of the line, only very slightly, cut over the top of the line, and then on all of them. And then what we're going to do, because we haven't got a pump here, we're going to turn the water on very slowly, and we're going to see how the blade operates when it's being cooled. Let's have a look. Well, there you are. I just want to show you this. This is we put the Urbea blade back on. I bought this morning. That was from B&Q, £15. That blade that you've seen cutting then is this Top Tile blade, and if you look, you tell me it was a general purpose blade, and there's the porcelain on there. So they got all these products on there, you know. And for the purpose of our viewers, I'm trying to demonstrate that you need to use the right blade when you're cutting porcelain. Let's see how this one goes now. We'll mark the pencil line, go over there, and then what we're going to do, whereas before I never had any water on, I'm going to put some water on it and see if it will cool the blade down. Well, I've got my glasses, got my safety mask on. What we're going to do, we're going to keep the dust down now. We're going to get a hose on it, get some water, cool the blade down. But it's so important for Luke here to get a mask on like me as well, that they've got the water. You go low like that. That's it. So when I start cutting, go. It's already filming. Let's stop there. Got water. I do, just do it a little bit less than what you did the last time then, but with less water. Well, there you are. It works. When it's cold, you don't get that warping in the blade, but obviously water and electricity doesn't work well together. So when I've used the little ECD 115 from Ruby, the fact is that it did go through the porcelain. It did a number of cuts, quite a few cuts, and it made a big difference. It's only a small blade, but it went through 20mm porcelain, and I didn't cool it down, and it went through with ease. Really, it was like going through like a knife through butter. So bit of messing around cutting porcelain on a bend. Well, cutting the rest of the curves we have to cut here. There isn't so many to do now, so we've probably got like another two cuts. So that's not so bad. It hasn't been that difficult. But the fact is, the guy in Top Tiles sold me a blade for a 9-inch cutter, and he knew it was going to be a dry cut, but he never said to me about, you know, should have gave a little bit of advice on how it should be cut. It's so important that that blade is a lot more effective when it's kept cool, and it's as simple as that. And a lot of you will say out there that you'll have all your ideas, the pros and cons of how to cut. That's absolutely fine, no problem at all. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to expose the problems now and show viewers of probably the best way to do it, or to find out the best way to cut porcelain. It's getting big now. Porcelain's trending. They're probably laying more porcelain now than what they thought they were, probably more than sandstone. So maybe, I don't know. Let's find out the facts.